As you all know, the DLC for Sword and Shield is coming out very soon, and last week we got the amazing trailer showing us some more details and a possible tease towards the Diamond and Pearl remakes, something Pokemon fans have been speculating on for ages now, literally since the Sun and Moon days. And hopefully this time it is next in line. So in this video I wanted to quickly talk about this potential tease that we saw in the trailer and also some rumors covering this as well. Not that I agree with all the rumors that are being shown here, but they do show some interesting ideas which I do want to talk about in more detail. But anyways, in the trailer we see the trainer running into the different temples for the different Regis. And inside the temples we get a glimpse of this puzzle, and you probably have to solve it to get further into the temple or something, or maybe you just have to solve it to encounter the Pokemon itself. Now looking back at the original Diamond and Pearl games, this looks almost identical to these temples in the games. If we see a side by side here, the positioning of the statues and the circles literally all look the same. And you could say this is nothing, maybe they just wanted to bring back the puzzles just as like a nostalgic thing or something. But Game Freak is notorious for teasing future entries in the series in previous games. Sometimes it takes people ages to figure out certain hints. Just recently a hint to a Gigantamaxing Pokemon was found in Ultra Sun and Moon, and in Let's Go there were teasers to the Galar map and everything. They always do this. And in Sword and Shield you could argue there are small teasers around the game for Sinnoh remakes. For example, in Hop's room it has a Krogunk statue in the left here which can be found in the Pastoria Pokemart from the Sinnoh games. I mean look, it's literally identical. This has to mean something. Now I won't go into too much detail about all the hints in Pokemon Sword and Shield because you've probably seen it 1,000 times over and it's kind of old news at this point, but let's get into some rumors. Obviously as usual, please take these with a grain of salt. They are just rumors. Majority of them are probably not true. They are from 4chan, let's be real here. But particular parts of these rumors I do agree with and seem likely. So the first rumor we have here is from the 5th of June. Some points they made here is that the National Dex will be returning after the huge controversy with Sword and Shield, which I do think they'll do. Hopefully, I mean after this huge issue they had, you'd think they'd want to include it this time to avoid all these issues and stuff like this before. But at the same time, it is Game Freak. They can be really stubborn sometimes, so who knows, hopefully they will bring it back. You would imagine after all this they would at least bring back the National Dex. And they go on to say the Distortion World will be in the post game like before. Hopefully that does come back as well. That was a really cool feature. And in the last remakes we saw a lot of the post game features taken out, like the Battle Frontier and Oras. I really hope this time they don't take any features out and just include newer ones, which is what you really should do in a remake. You know, it's not a demake, it's a remake. And the Underground comes back as well, which I think is almost guaranteed. It's a big part of the game, you know, you can't really take it out. It would be really odd just to have a blank area. They did do it with the Game Corner in Let's Go, but the Underground is a huge feature, so hopefully they will keep it this time. And he did say that the Underground will function as the wild area for this game. Yeah, I gotta disagree with you on that one, buddy. I know this whole thing is a bunch of crap anyway, but I agree with some of the points he's making here. You know, they seem very likely. But an Underground as a wild area, I'm not buying it. It would be cool, I guess, but there would only be so many types you could get down there, you know. If you wanted like a, I don't know, a Pidgey down there or a Squirtle or a Bulbasaur or whatever, it wouldn't make sense to have them there. There's only so many Pokemon you could have in an underground section, you know. Obviously you could have certain water areas and have some water Pokemon in there. It just wouldn't really make sense to have it as a wild area. If it was like a slightly big section where you could find a lot of Pokemon down there, yeah, sure, that'd be kind of cool. It would also be cool if they had like 2 wild areas in the game. You know, you had a main one like Sword and Shield where all the Pokemon are, and then maybe an underground wild area that's more secluded and rarer Pokemon appear down there. I don't think they're going to do that though. I honestly think there won't be a wild area in this game at all, which is kind of sad. It would be really cool if they did add that. But if they are going to change anything with the Underground, if they're going to add any new features or anything like that, I think it would mainly be focused with online. You know, you could sort of mine together with your friends. You know how in the wild area you can see other players running around and stuff. I would hope they'd expand on that a bit more and you could actually go around with your friends. Kind of like the 2-player thing in Let's Go, but not as restrictive. It would be cool to, you know, for them to sort of experiment with this maybe, and you know, you can mine with your friends in the Underground, run around with them, catch Pokemon together. And then he goes on to say there's no Sinnoh forms in this remake, you know, which I kind of agree with. It is a remake, but I do think they'll be bringing back Mega Evolutions. that is something that would be really cool. You know, we could see some new ones with the Sinnoh Pokemon, such as the starters and things like that. So I think Megas will come back, but I don't think Dynamaxing or Gigantamaxing will come back. The next rumor was posted on the 7th of June, and he goes ahead and says we will get the remakes in April, which I think is highly unlikely. I know the original games did come out in April, but having Pokemon games in November is just a normal thing now. It's near Christmas, Black Friday, it's a crazy time of year where consoles fly off the shelves, so Nintendo will want to release it around this time to get more sales. Then they continue to talk about the new Mega Evolution forms for the starters, which would be really cool. I really do like the Mega Evolutions. I hope we do get some Sinnoh ones of this. It would be awesome. And then they go on about the new legendary forms. They say it's similar to the primal forms we got in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which again would be really cool. It adds a sort of new perspective to the legendaries. I really did love those front covers with the primal ground on in Kyogre. It looks so cool. And a few more notable things here is that Pokemon following you on the overworld is back. And please, Game Freak, stop taking this feature out, man. I swear they bring it back and then take it away for years and years again. It's like in Hot Gold and Soul Silver, we finally got it back and everyone was so happy. And then they took it away again for years and years, all the way till Let's Go. And then they took it out again. It's like, why? Just leave this feature in. I know you can't be bothered to sort of code in every Pokemon following you and stuff on the overworld, but please, this feature is so cool. It gives the Pokemon so much more personality and gets you more connected to your team. So please bring this back and stop getting rid of it, man. Just keep it. It should be a standard feature by now, but they keep flipping getting rid of it. So annoying. Anyway, he says the National Dex is back, but the rest of it will come during DLC. Honestly, DLC would really be interesting for the remakes. I wouldn't be annoyed if the DLC had like the Battle Frontier or something like that. I know it should technically be in the base game, but as long as the contests, underground, and other features return, I am happy. Anyway, at this point, I'm just rambling. I just hope these games are really good, man. I hope they are. But that wraps up this video for today. Make sure to leave a comment down below. What features do you want to return to Sinnoh? Are you excited about these games? Do you think they'll come in 2021? I didn't want to dive into too much details about returning features and stuff because I do want to do a separate video on that. So make sure to subscribe if you want more Pokemon videos and everything like that. And I'll see you all in the next video.